Hello, this video will be on drawing a bike wheel. As you can probably see, this bike wheel is not looking very straight. It's actually got a couple of broken spokes. So what I'm going to be doing is a basic video to show you how to fix a wheel like this. For starters, you'll need to remove any extra bits, including on this one the brake disc. There's 6 of these little Torx screws, as well as the tyre and tube, and then take out the old spokes. So now that I've got the tyre removed, I can remove the old spokes. So this here is a spoke wrench. Basically it's to allow you to get leverage on the spoke nipple. So what I can do is hold the spoke itself, twist the spoke whilst holding the spoke wrench on the nipple, and then I can just unscrew it to remove the old broken spoke. So you've got your broken spoke and you need a new one. Where do you get it? Best bet is probably a local bike shop. If you take out one of your good spokes, take it with you down to your local bike shop and ask. There's a good chance they'll either have some in stock or be able to get some in for you. Otherwise, order them from the internet. The length is from the end of a thread to the end of where the metal tube is. You don't count the little round bit on the end. Okay, so there's one of the old broken spokes off. Now there was a second broken spoke on here somewhere. Here. This one unfortunately is broken off inside the spoke nipple, so I'm most likely going to need to get a new nipple for this. Pretty sure I've got a plentiful supply of those, so that's not an issue. Unless of course these are some awkward weird size which no one else uses. So to get the nipple out, I need to remove the rim tape, or in this case just pop it up a bit. Okay, so I've got this special stand for truing the wheel. You don't strictly need it. When I first started, what I did was tied a Allen key across the crossbar of the bike, essentially like that, and pushed it against one side of the, so it would essentially have been tied on here, or well down here, but I'm not sure if you can see that, and then just put a bit of string on the Allen key to help me align it, but using the stand's a lot easier. So now I need to insert that back into the hole which the old one vacated. Yeah, if the nipple comes out on this side, it wants to come under the spoke. If it comes out in the middle, it wants to go over the partner spoke. Okay, you don't want to leave the spokes up too tight at this stage. This truing stand has got these 2 little arms here. What you do is you line them up with the wheel, and then you twist the wheel. As you can see right now, there's a big kink in the wheel pulling it over this way. So to fix that, I want to tighten up the spokes on this side. Tighten up this side to pull the wheel this way, tighten up this side to pull it that way. You can also loosen the opposite side to do the same thing, but I prefer to tighten at this stage because you need to keep the wheel under tension. If the wheel gets too loose, it's not going to hold shape anyway. So here's where it starts to go really bad, so I'll start with tightening this one a little. There's 3 different sizes on here. I want the smallest size for spokes usually. So that's put it away a little. Now I want to skip that one, tighten up this one. That hasn't pulled it as much as I'd hoped it would. So now this one's obviously one of the ones I just put in because it is really, really, really loose. So tightening that up a bit has seriously altered the tension. Now we're still catching a bit on this side, but not anywhere near as bad as it was. So I can afford to tighten up this side until it starts catching. So it starts to catch about here. So I want to tighten up the spokes on the other side to pull it away. And again, I'll probably find one of the new spokes somewhere around here. Okay, still catching way too much on this side, so I am actually going to loosen some of these spokes off a bit. So here's where it really starts pulling in, so I'll loosen this one off a little, then I'll loosen the ones a bit further in more. Okay, so now it's not actually catching on either side, but it's still coming close to this side. So I'm going to tighten the screw up on this side. And if you're using something like an Allen key on a wheel, on the force to do this, this would be where you'd push the piece of string you're using across to help you tighten it. So I'm now going to try tightening this side again. Sorry, this side. You don't want to try to do too much at once. You'll really, unless the spoke is really, really loose, as in one of the new ones you just put on, you'll not usually want to do more than a full turn of any one spoke. Do too much and, well, basically you can make huge differences to the way the wheel looks, and you'll end up finding, rather than being a circle, the wheel has some sort of flattened edges or something. Okay, that's getting a bit better. Now I'm going to use this thing. What this does is I put it on one side's wheel, tighten the nut up here. Yeah, this side is more or less level. This side has got a sort of 3 or 4 mil gap up the top here. So yeah, wheel wants to come more this way. So I can tighten this up a bit. So wherever it's rubbing, it wants to be pulled this way. If it feels like the spoke you're tightening is getting too tight, just loosen off the partner spokes. Will achieve the same effect. But I want to keep it under a fair amount of tension, so when I have to tension the wheel up later, I don't have a huge amount of work to do. Okay, so now I'm going to check with this tool again. Still wants to come this way a bit. So again, I've tightened up this side without touching this side. Usually I'd be doing this sort of work outside, but it's something like 4 degrees Celsius outside at the moment. So I'm wimping out and doing it inside. Okay, so now it's looking pretty good. Wheel is fairly straight. There's still a very slight wobble, but it is a very slight wobble. Okay, so now I'm going to check the trueness once again. Oh, not the trueness, the dish. This is called a dishing tool. It's designed to, well, tell you how far off centre the wheel is. And looking at it now, it's probably 1.5, 2 mil out. So I still want to go very slightly to this side, but not by much. One and a half or 2 mil total means it needs moving over sort of less than a millimetre. So I've tightened this side up a bit, and now I'm just going to move it so it's not touching at all on this side. Okay, so it's catching very slightly on this side. So because I still need to come over a bit, I'm going to loosen this side very slightly and tighten the other one up by the same amount. Now, the reason it's catching on this section is because there's actually a sticker on the wheel. It's literally the thickness of the sticker which is causing it to catch there, so I'm not bothered about that. Here it's catching very slightly. Here it is as well. And by this point, this is something which I'm working on this day, which I couldn't work on if I was using the Allen key and piece of string method I mentioned earlier. I'm actually listening to where it's catching rather than seeing it. Okay, I'm hearing it catching on the sticker, but that's it. So that's good enough for me. Yeah, I could get it a bit better, but it would require a lot of messing around. And basically, I'm just after getting this wheel working again so I can get out of the bike. So, next stage uses this thing. It is called a spoke tensiometer. You don't have to use one of those, you can repair a spoke without it, but this will, repair a wheel without it. But this basically, it allows you to know the individual tension of each spoke. Basically, it allows you to get all the spokes to near identical tension, so you haven't got excessive tension on any one spoke. It makes them much less likely to break. So I've got a document on my phone which lists what the numbers on here actually mean for each type of spoke. Okay, so all I do is put this on the spoke and then read off the reading and note it down. I'm going to start at the switch hole, valve hole. So, and I'll switch hand. So I'm going to note them down separately, either side. So sorry about this, I got most of the way through editing, then realised the camera had cut out. Basically, using this thing, first time out I found a few spokes that were desperately in need of tightening up, so I did that. Then I had to retrue the wheel. As you can probably see, it's now running lovely and smooth. After retruing the wheel, I took all the measurements again, checked the averages, and they were fine. So, wheel is now finished. What's left to do is take the... well, basically I need to put the disc and the tire and tube back on. Then I take the bike out for a mile ride. Then take the wheel off again, put it back on the stand to make sure it hasn't gone too far out of tension due to the first ride. It hasn't usually, but occasionally it'll drift out a bit. And then it's done. I'm not going to do the other bits on camera because you don't really need to see that. I've just talked you through the rough procedure. The mile ride is to relieve any tension. Basically, when you tighten up the spoke nipples, sometimes the spoke will twist a bit while you tighten them, so they need the stress let out. I've tried various different things. You can try wedging something between the spoke, that'll sometimes release a bit of tension. You can lean on the wheel, as in push down against all sides, that'll relieve a bit of tension, but nothing seems to work as well as a short ride. So yeah, that's this video done. Any questions, please ask. Any other aspects of bike maintenance you're interested in, ask, and I'll probably be able to put together a video for you. This is the first bicycle-based video I've done for this channel, but I've done several other videos which have included model kits and making your own lightsaber. If you're interested in any of those, please do check out my other videos. I'll be continuing to do various how-to type videos. I'm aiming for a minimum of once a month, preferably every week or two. So, thanks for watching. Bye.